Okay. So then today we'll discuss a very important one. इतने कम बच्चे क्यों हैं रे? दिव्या, इतना कम बच्चे क्यों हैं? आपने बताया था।
यस सर, मैंने इन्फॉर्म तो कर दिया था सर।
अब तो कुछ नहीं होता है ना आप लोग का, सेकंड हाफ में तो कुछ नहीं है।
यस सर। सर मैं एक बार वापस बोल देती हूँ ग्रुप पे।
हाँ बोलो थोड़ा, बिकॉज
जी सर।
ओके। ओपन विथ माइक्रोसॉफ्ट एज। ये स्लाइड मैंने तो शेयर नहीं किया है प्रांशु। Okay, I'll share it today.
So this question
No.
was done in last class.
हाँ
Hello.
हाँ yes.
I said this questions were done in last class. So today we have to start circle.
Okay, we finished it now. The questions, whatever I've given, I think all of you have solved the problems, right? Both the problems. How many of you have solved both the problems? You can raise your hand. Okay, so that means almost all of you have done both the problems. Good. So then today we will move on to one more interesting type of algorithms, basically circle generating algorithms, right? So and we all know how important circle is and drawing pictures and graphs, right? So therefore you will find so many commands in most of the graphics packages for full circles or circular arcs, right? And what we'll be discussing today is circle generating algorithms. we'll see that if we try to draw the circles with the help of the conventional procedure, like we have seen, y is equal to mx plus c, direct calculation. We're facing some problems of floating point operations, floating point multiplications, then, and therefore we have talked about something called as the DDA algorithm. If you remember, in DDA algorithm also we have seen it requires some rounding operations, although pixels plotting and rounding values is not possible on the raster screen. Then we talked about something called as Breschenum's line drawing algorithm for most of the cases, for greater than 1, less than 1 for slope, and we've seen the advantages of Breschenum's and all. So in this circle generating algorithm also, we have seen the advantages of a Breschenum's line drawing algorithms, which only involves the integer point calculations instead of this floating point calculations, which is a time consuming procedure, right? So therefore, the circle generating algorithm also we will try to remove, or we will try to avoid those type of floating point arithmetic and all, and we'll see that what type of what is the equation. Similarly, the equation whatever y is equal to mx plus c we have talked about, right? And also we'll see that what are the different types of equations which are used for circles, right? So before that, I would like to discuss something, that what is symmetricity, why circle is called as a symmetrical figure. Circle is called as a symmetrical figure. Very important primitives of any graphics package, circle or circular arcs, it is called as a symmetrical figure. What does it mean? Symmetrical, I'll show you with one figure. That means if you can calculate one point, so then you can calculate few other points, right? I'll show you. So any circle generating algorithm, whatever the algorithm may be, can take the advantages of the symmetricity of this symmetrical figure, right? Its symmetry property, plot 8 points for each value of the algorithm calculates. I'll show you what are those 8 points, right? If you calculate only 1 point, you can calculate 8 points, right? Around each 45-degree axis. I'll show you just now by drawing a figure, right? But what it says that, let's say you are using any circle generating algorithm, and that will generate some point. And if you generate for each point, you can calculate the symmetrical points, right? So the number of points will be more, and there will be no problem. Uniform distribution among the pixels, right? We'll see later. So let me draw a figure and show you the symmetric property of a circle, right? That you all know, I think, from your school mathematics. Fine. And we all know is the origin. And what is this? We can say from this point to any point in the circle. What is this? From this point to any point on circle, what do you call? Radius, right? Then I'll ask you the formulae and all for generating circle and for circle equation, right? Later on. I just want to show you the property, right? Let's say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here, let's say it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So these are all called as, you can say, quadrants, right? Quadrants. And this is what is called as octants. Octants, right? 8 octants. थोड़ा सा इस तरफ आएगा तो अच्छा दिखेगा. Fine. Let's say this point. this point. What is this point here? Let's say this is 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 8. And this point is 9. What is this point here? 8 and let's say 2. This point is 8 and 2. So I can give a general name to it. This is nothing but let's say xy. This is the first point. Right? I'll show you the 8-way symmetry for 8 hectons. 8-way symmetry. Okay, and these are and how symmetricity is used with the help of reflection, right? With the help of the reflection, I will show you just now. Right? So this is nothing but called as the first point, right? And now I'll show you the other points, right? So if point 1 is calculated, let's say at any point of time, this point is calculated by means of, by with the help of any circle algorithm, any circular generating algorithm, you got this point, right? So you can find 7 more points with the help of reflection and symmetry property, right? So who can say what are those? What are those? 8, 2, 2, 8 here, right? 2, 8. So this will be the second point, right? 8-way symmetry is used by reflecting each point around 45 degree axis, right? This is 45 degree that you all know. So this will be 2, 8. So that means this will be yx. If you calculate x and y, then you can calculate y and x. This will become this point. This point you can generate from this point using symmetricity. So that is, if you generate 1 point, now you will be able to generate 7 more points. That is what is symmetricity, right? So the next point will be with the help of only x and y and the sign. Okay, that is what is called as reflection, right? So now we have just reverse the x and y coordinate, which is y and x. So what will be this point? Anybody can guess what will be this point? What will be this point? It is, let's say, -2 and 8, right? It is -2 and 8. So how can I express in terms of x and y? How can I express in terms of x and y? How can I express in terms of x and y? It is nothing but -y, reflection on y-axis, reverse, then reflection on y-axis, reflection about y-axis, y, comma, x. This point also can be generated. Maybe this is the third point. This is the second point. This is the first point. What about this? This is nothing but -8, 2. This can also be generated, which is -x, y, right? Which is there in this quadrant. The fourth point. Then here it is -8, -2, right? It is nothing but -x, -y. So with the help of only x and y, see how we can derive other points, right? So that means you need to only find out, let's say, one point from the algorithm, the circle generating algorithm, and then you can apply the symmetry property and calculate 7 more points, right? That is what I want to say here. And here it is -2 and -8. This is 5, fifth octant. This is 6. This is -5. Sorry, well, it is -2 and -8. I can also express in terms of x and y. is nothing but minus y minus x. Here it is. Proceed. Which is nothing but y comma minus x. Right. Y comma minus x. So what about this point? The final point? The final point is 8 comma minus 2, which is nothing but x comma minus y. So these are the possibilities. This is what is called 8-way symmetry, right? 8-way symmetry of a circle. That is why it is called a symmetrical figure, right? And once you got one point, so you can calculate other points as well. So what is called what it is called 8-way symmetry of a circle. Eight-way symmetry of a circle. So now, just remember this thing, and again we'll discuss about this later on. What is symmetry and how it is important, as I mentioned. So now we'll try to see the definition of a circle. Right? How to define a circle, defining a circle. Right? There are two standard methods of mathematically defining a circle centered at origin. There are two methods, right? So two methods. Let us discuss about first method that you all know. Centered at origin I'm talking about, right? Using second order polynomial, if you remember. Let's say circle having radius r. This is what is called as r. Let's say radius is r, right? So how can I define? What is the equation of a circle? Let's say the centered is at 0, 0. I mean at the origin, the centered maybe if the centered is xc, yc, then what will be the equation of a circle? What's the equation of a circle? Have you heard about something x minus xc square plus y minus yc square is equal to some? ऐसा कुछ सुने हो क्या आप? How second order polynomial is used to define a circle. So what is that? What is that? And this is there is no xc and yc here. Here the value of xc and yc are nothing but the center, right? Here it is 0, 0. This is what is the origin, right? This is what is x, what is y, and this part you can call it as x. This part is nothing but y. So the equation will be x square plus y square is equal to r square. Is it correct? As I'm talking about a circle centered at the origin. Is it correct? Okay. So if you remember how we drawn the lines, if you remember that we were trying to sample one axis and we're trying to find out another axis. I mean, we're trying to find out the respective value of another coordinate, right? With the help of these algorithms or with the help of some equations, right? So now, what is this point? What is this point? Who can say? What's the value of this point? Let's say this point is P. So what are the coordinate values for this particular point? X coordinate is X. So what is Y coordinate here? Please tell me. What is Y coordinate at this particular position? How can you calculate the Y value?
So square root r square minus x square.
I can calculate Y square is equal to R square minus X square. हाँ क्या बोला रे? Square root. So what will be
Square
Y?
root sir r square minus x.
Square root R square minus X square. Very good. So this is what is this point P on the circle, right? So if you know the X value, or if you can sample the X value, you can calculate the Y value, right? You can calculate the Y value. But the problem is, it is computationally not efficient. Who can say why it is not computationally efficient? Because we have to calculate the power values, the root values, and all. Could you able to understand what I'm saying? Hmm? If you calculate, so that means this is not the best method for generating a circle. So the problem is it involves considerable amount of computation at every step, right? Also, there is a problem if you plot the pixels, then you will find the problems. The pixels will not be uniform. If you plot the pixels, you will find there is a problem. The pixels will not be, the pixel positions will not be uniform. So what does it mean? Now the plotted pixel positions, the plotted pixel positions is not uniform. And one more problem is it is computationally not efficient, right? Because we are using the power function as well as the root function here, right? So that is why it is not computationally efficient. Fine. Is here 90 to 45 degree. So you want to go from this to this, let's say, right? So the X value will, let's say, start with 0 and go up to, we are going in the direction X direction. So in the X direction, Y value will be 0. So what will be the X value, maximum X value? So X value will be from 0 to R by root 2, right? And the Y coordinate value will be, you can calculate. So for every, I mean, for every step, you can say, for every step of this X value, the Y value will be evaluated with the help of the formula R square minus X square. So this is not an efficient method. Not efficient method, not efficient method, not an efficient method. Why? Because it involves these operations: square operation, power operation, as well as square root operation. That is why this method is not at all efficient. Right? So let us talk about one more method. We're talking about the methods or conventional methods of defining a circle. So one more method of you might have heard about with the help of trigonometric function. Trigonometric function यूज करके भी हम लोग डिफाइन कर सकते हैं सर्कल को. ठीक है? Let's say this is what is radius r, and this angle is nothing but theta, and we know instead of x and y, I can show you here. So what is this? If it is r, if it is theta, so how x will be represented? You all know that, right? Can somebody tell me? Then how can I define a circle here? What is x, what is y here in this case? And what is this point? What is x if this is radius r and this is theta? I can see the output. X is equal to r cos theta. Okay. Y is equal to r sin theta. Very good. Very good. So thank you all. Krishna, Nitesh. So that means this is nothing but called as r cos theta. Right? This one. And this is what is called as, right? You can write over here also, r sin theta. R cos theta, r sin theta. Right? So that means my x is in this case r cos theta, and my y is r sin theta. Right? And r is nothing but radius of the circle. Theta is the current angle, let's say. So then what is this point? What's the coordinate of this point? R cos theta, x and y, right? R cos theta and r sin theta. Right? So now, again, there is a question here that the computation of these trigonometric functions are efficient or not. No. Again, there is a problem here. So with the help of this method, right, how will you calculate it? Now theta will be stepped from, let's say you are calculating only for one octant, right? Only for one octant, from this to this or this to this. So let's say from this to this. So then theta will be stepped from 0 to pi by 4, and each value of x and y will be calculated accordingly, right? However, the computation of those values in terms of sine theta and cos theta is even more time consuming, is even more time consuming. Then the first method, I mean, then this power and root over, right? So computation of these trigonometric functions is a problem again here. So that means if you try to draw the pixels with the help of this one, this second method, and the first method, then will be facing some problems, right? And that is not faster as well. So that is why there are algorithms we will see for drawing the drawing the circles, which are called as Bressenham's circle drawing algorithms. Right? Then we'll see that what is midpoint circle algorithm. So Bressenham circle algorithm will try to avoid the use of trigonometric and power functions. Right? What we see just now, just to efficiently draw a circle, this has to be removed, right? These functions, this power, this root, square root, and this trigonometric functions. Right? The concept will remain same in Bressenham's. The idea was to not use any floating point operations, not use any difficult calculations, only use integer point calculations. The idea will remain same here, whether it is line drawing, whether it is circle drawing algorithm. Right? Bressenham's circle drawing algorithm. Right? So here, the use of trigonometric and power functions will be avoided. Right? And as I mentioned, that the Bressenham circle drawing algorithm will also try to meet the goals or meet the requirements like we have seen in case of line drawing algorithms. Right? So basically, integer point calculations. Fine. Then we'll see the algorithm that how similar way. If you remember the Bressenham's line drawing algorithm, we have few cases, and for few cases we have initially talked about the case where x will be sampling. I mean, we will sample along x-axis, and for y-axis, right, we have to choose either the same point or the top point. If you remember, here also we have choices. Then also we'll be trying to. The idea is same. The idea is pretty similar. The idea is, let's say you are at any point of time, you are at point xi and yi, right? And then you are having two different choices over here. Let's say we are talking about only the first quadrant. So you'll be having only two choices over there, that either you will find the same point or the point which is below that. Right? There will be 2 points, top point, and there will be 2 pixel positions, if you remember, S and T. So there we were calculating the distance of, if you remember, the distance of those points on the true path, true line. So here we will calculate the distance of those pixels on the line, on the circle, right? On the boundary of the circle, we'll see it. And then here also, similar to this Bressenham's line drawing algorithm, we'll be having some decision parameter di, if you remember, and then we'll be calculating this di, and then we'll be calculating the difference between d of I plus 1 for I plus 1 at step, what is the value of d of I plus 1, and then we'll calculate the difference among these, and then we'll calculate the base case for d1. So if you calculate d1, then you can calculate the value for d2, d3, and so on. And finally you will get the points, right? So we'll see in the next class I mean, actually the derivation is there. If we'll start the derivation, if we'll start writing the derivations right now, then it will be difficult for me and to again explain the same thing. So therefore, so we'll try to derive all the formulas like we derived line algorithm. If you remember, similar things here also. The idea we will apply and we will calculate. We are talking about at the time line. Here we are talking about circle, right? And we've seen if you will use only 8-way tree, right, to generate, if you only use, right, which I also else, so the points will only have to be generated through 45-degree angle, right? These are all I've shown you that the points can only be drawn with the help of this or through this 45-degree angle. However, we do not want this, so we want to generate pixels. So we'll see that how this Bresenham circle drawing algorithms will help us in generating the pixels from the, one point. We'll see how it is important and how we can get the points or how we can draw the circles, okay, at least for one quadrant, and we'll see and how symmetricity can be applied to find the values, to find other values, right? So in the next class, maybe I think the next class is on Saturday. So we'll try to uh, derive the algorithm, I mean the equations, whatever is required in the similar fashion like we did in Bresenham's line drawing algorithm. So it'll be easier for you to understand. Please go through. I will share this slide today. Please go through the derivations, whatever we have done in case of Bresenham's line drawing algorithm. So similar type of algorithm here also we'll see. Only the difference is at that time we are talking about lines and here we are talking about circles, right? So the equations will be different, the distance will be different, the distance from one point to another point, and from distance of 1 pixel point to a circle, right? So that also different here. So let's go the derivations clearly. We'll try to finish the derivations in the next class, try to solve one or two problems related to that. Then we'll be talking about something called as midpoint circle algorithm, and we'll see what's the difference in the midpoint circle drawing algorithm. Okay. So derivation actually while solving a problem, if you remember the equations and if you remember a few points, then you can solve it. Equations sometimes help you in remembering the equations clearly, right? So therefore we are doing derivations, although it is difficult to show all the derivations line, but still I'm trying to solve all these things in this online platform, of course. So today I will post this particular slide. Please go through it, and then I will be discussing about this Bresenham circle drawing algorithm for one particular case. Right. So thank you all, and I'll post this slide just now in your Google Classroom. So today, what I've seen is, so what we have circle drawing algorithms we're trying to focusing on, and we have seen that the conventional methods are not useful because it involves more computational powers. So therefore, we are trying to find out some solutions, other solutions which are better than the solutions, whatever I mean direct. Okay, thank you.